We have Alana Grelyak and Chris Flanagan, and they're joining us. They were part of. They were the team, not part of the team, behind Catastrophes, and they have a new project coming out as well. We're so excited to have you on the show. Thank you so much for being here and coming to us live. Now, Chris, you're in LA, right? And Alana, you're in Chicago. Is that right?
Yep.
I love how, we can practice social distancing and we can still all connect here. I joke with my friends all the time. I wish I had stock in Zoom, first of all, but I didn't even know what Zoom was before all this happened.
Nobody did.
It sounds like a way to get away from people, not to connect them, really.
That's right. Well, I was telling Alana about the technical difficulties and like my dad calls me all the time, and this was before Zoom, and he's like, how do I work this thing, or how do I connect on this thing? And when we tried to get him set up on Zoom, it was like I was Zooming with him over Zoom, trying to explain how to use Zoom. So we had a broadcast just like that earlier. It was a doggy fashion show. It was wonderful, but there were some hilarious outtakes that were actually live. The benefits of and the downside of being a live program.
Yeah, that's not an outtake. That's just part of the show.
That's right. That's why you're paying money to be here, other than donating to a good cause. Well, we want to talk, about your projects, and I know you've got a lot to share. I wanted to welcome you to the show, and of course, thank you for being here so much.
Thank you for having us.
It's an honor to have you here. So, for those of you who don't know, they are the team behind Catastrophes.
We did have some other team members. So Chris and I were the on-screen team, but we did have another director, Michael Gabriel, who is working on some other projects now, and then various friends and other people around Chicago. So we couldn't have done it all by ourselves, but yeah, I mean, we were a good portion of it, right, Chris? We're the recognizable portion, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, as the front man, I'll take as much credit as I can get, but no, like these things come together. The amount of effort and work it takes behind the scenes is far and beyond what I even imagined when I agreed to be a part of it. But
sorry about that.
Not to say like I'll downplay my role as on-camera talent. Alana was there with me every step of the way, but she's also a brilliant composer of piano and accordion as well. Which
thank you.
I don't know. I know one person that plays the accordion. It's her. So she wrote a lot of the episodes, scored them, and acted in them. And Michael, who she mentioned earlier, was our director. And so it's a huge team effort. But I will say, of the two of us, you've got on the line a greater talent in Alana than you do me. So I'm just going to kind of like goof around and maybe hope you don't pay too much attention to this ridiculous mustache that I've grown during quarantine. That's all.
But you don't have to have that mustache. That's a choice. You still have razors at home. You don't need a barber.
It's a huge choice, and it's one I'm pursuing. So.
Well, it's very sweet of you, Chris. Thank you. And I would say that I loved working with Chris, and it would certainly not have been the same project without him. But yeah, I did a lot of the stuff behind the scenes and the music and a lot of different things for it. And we are, despite the fact that we've been social distancing from each other for the last 4 years, once he moved to LA, we've been trying to find some ways to work on a new project together. We've had a lot of interest in it. A lot of people have come to us and said, like, can I be in an episode? Or, are you going to do some more stuff? So we decided, just because the original team is split up at this point, we're going to try a new project. So we've got Cat in the Fridge Films going. We actually put up the first video today as a teaser trailer. And the social distancing thing is getting written into the script to try to make it a little bit more natural until we can maybe find some funding for Chris and I to get back in the same room again to actually do some work. Because it's harder now acting without Chris. Like, he's not there for me to play off of, so I'm like in a room by myself pretending he's there, which is sort of interesting.
Well, I think we're all transitioning into the digital space, and it's an interesting time for sure. You know, that's part of where Streamathon for Pets came from. And you know, we want to be there to help. And like I said, you know, we're so happy that you're here. I know you've got a lot of followers that are tuning in, and I can't wait to hear about the new project. So, you know, I'm going to turn things over to the two of you. I know you got some videos to share and presentation, but truly we're honored to have you on as part of the show, and welcome.
Thank you. That's very sweet of you. So we picked out 4 of our favorite videos that we thought kind of went under the radar. We've got some videos that are in the millions of views. I think the highest one we've had is like 15 million on YouTube, and I don't know how many tens of million on Facebook, but we decided to aim for 200,000 views and less. What were our favorite ones for that? And we picked out a couple short ones that I can screen share here, and then Chris and I were just going to talk a little bit about what it was like to film them and give a few tidbits. Does that sound all right?
That sounds great. That sounds wonderful.
Cool. Should I screen share the first one? What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's dive right in.
So this one is right at the start of the show. We were looking for some more content to do because we were doing these really big productions and it was taking a while. So we tried doing Catastrophes tips, where we picked out a tip to help you live with your cat a little bit better. And so we did these little short things, and I'll show you that. Let's see. Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right, let's watch this one. It's a minute long. Ready?
Hi, I'm Alana from the Catastrophes web series. Do you find yourself losing sleep because your kitty's meowing at your door at 3 a.m.? We find that earplugs are an excellent solution to that noise violation.
But if kitty's too loud, drop one of your fans at the door. The white noise will help drown out the meows and help you get some sleep.
So you won't need the fan if you have earplugs because they drown out everything.
But if you don't like shoving stuff in your head, just get another fan.
Or you can use an extra layer of insulation for added comfort and silence.
Or if overheating is a problem for you, just get a third fan. This tip was brought to you by Catastrophes.
What?
You don't have one.
So that was our little tip for how to sleep with cat noise, and I always like that one. Every time I watch it, though, I remember I was sick. Do you remember that, Chris? Like, you can see that.
I
like,
had actually forgotten about that one until you said it to me today, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I completely, like, we did so many that, like, some of them just kind of disappear. But yeah, that was fun. You were not feeling well, and so that played in well to how much I was annoying you.
And Chris, that was you, right? Now that you've got the mustache and the beard rocking, that
was me. Yeah, I'm a little dressed down. I don't have the tie and the sweater vest. I was a little more clean shaven look that I was. I call it the hireable Chris, but yeah, no, that was me. It was it was fun.
I like that one with and then you see my dog at the end. So that is my dog. I still have her. She's wandering around here somewhere. And she's always having to live with the cats. What else was that one? I like slapping the fan. I love filming that one at the end because we really couldn't hear each other.
No, you had to yell, and that was one of those unexpected additives. Like, the thing that kind of helped the video out was having to scream a little bit.
I enjoyed those tips. I looked through a couple of the other tips too to see if we could show them, and that was my favorite one. But we had the one where you were in the silver suit. Do you remember that one for clipping your cat's nails?
Yeah,
you know, full body skin tight silver suit.
Yeah, that thing left nothing to the imagination, and left everything to my memories. So
and
yes, I do remember that.
Then there was the time you wore my sequin dress for 3 days.
I wore a lot of your clothes during all this. Actually, there's what was the cheetah leotard, the leopard print leotard, and yeah, no, I didn't. It was not 100% my wardrobe.
Yeah, but you were always a trooper about it. That episode where you're wearing the Catman suit actually got flagged by YouTube as inappropriate. They won't let us run ads on it because they said that it has some kind of explicit content in it.
No.
Swear. And I asked them to manually review it, and they said no. They said it was inappropriate content and it violated the rules. It's still up there, but
that's wild. I had no idea. I had no idea that had happened.
Unless it was your skin tight suit.
I mean, I guess I could take it as a compliment or an insult. I don't know. That's a tough one to decipher.
I've asked you to do a lot of strange things.
Yeah, you did. But
we filmed them.
Yeah, and it's on the internet. The internet's forever.
Forever, yeah. Good times. Should we watch another one?
Yeah, roll the next one.
All right, let's see here. Next one I got is... No, where did it go? That's not it. No. That didn't work as well. Hold on. Let me try that one more time. I got to go back over here and flip the window first, I guess. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this one is going to be the Super Smash Brothers Kitten episode. And this is when we were working with Discovery. Discovery came to us and wanted to do something with their Animalist channel, kept us for a little while, and then canceled the entire channel. So, but I really like this one because the music was really fun to do because I got to base it on a lot of like old video games. And Michael did a really bang-up job with the effects on this one. So here we have Super Smash Brothers Kitten.
Victory! What? I unlocked the secret characters. Finally, challenger approaching. Yario. Luigi.
How many are there?
Pikachu. Link. Hideyoshi. Jigglypuff.
There's a whole lot of potential copyright infringement here, but we danced around it nicely.
Parody.
Parody indeed. That's another thing I forgot about. Wrestling with a fake glove.
It's your fault.
Okay, I'm not going to apologize for being awesome at this game.
What's that?
Okay, these games are getting too real. Game over.
We spent a lot of time on cat wardrobe.
Yeah, I made all of
Forgot about how much time we spent on that.
Well, one was making them and two was getting them to wear them. Actually, here comes Parigi. If you saw Parigi, that little guy, here he is all full grown.
Oh my God.
He was a foster cat that we were fostering at the time for Treehouse Humane Society, which I believe is who we are raising money for today. And also, in full disclosure, I work there. I volunteered there for 14 years, and now I work there full time, which I'm very happy about. But yeah, Louis was a foster, and he was supposed to just be a foster for that too, but I ended up keeping him because he was awesome.
It's a tricky thing about fosters. They steal your heart, and then they stay in your house forever.
Yeah, so we had a litter of 3, and I have 2 of them still. But yeah, making those costumes I made all those costumes out of felt. Not the dinosaur one. We bought the dinosaur one, but the rest of them were made out of felt. And I had to color that stupid little egg. It's really hard to marker on an egg.
Yeah, you don't know unless you know. But now you know. Yeah, I've got 2. Our first ever video actually that kind of led to this well, no, not our first. Sorry. Our first video when we had decided to do the web series.
Right, not the first cat video, but the first of the series.
was my two guys. I was about to say little guys, Goon and Declan, but they are not little anymore. They weigh about 17, 18 pounds a piece.
Whoa.
But it was from doing this and working on this web series, this channel, and working with Alana that led me to Treehouse, actually, which is where I adopted them. And 6 years later, they're alive and kicking with me. They're somewhere around here.
You assume they're alive and kicking somewhere in there.
They every few hours they remind me that they're here and they're in need. So they're fun. I can maybe find them for us before this is all over. But yeah,
just whistle. I have mine clicker trained. If I click the clicker, they come in like zombies.
My guys are part Maine Coon, which I've learned are very cuddly and very. I'm not interested in anything outside of what I want. Like that's their life. That's their prerogative. They're like, no, I'm doing me right now. Don't care about clicks or whistles or anything. They just they interrupt you in moments where you're like, I can finally relax, and they're like, no, you can't. I want to cuddle, or I want to eat, or I want to bat at your toes.
They like you. They like you.
They love it, and I love them back.
The other thing I remember about that Smash Brothers episode was how many times I had to smash my face into a bowl of cereal.
Yeah. What was what Jigglypur?
Jigglypur kept making me fall asleep. I had milk in my nose.
Narcolepsy. Yeah.
It was almond milk. It was in my nose. I think it was like peanut butter puffs or something. And we had to get it right the first time because if we didn't, I couldn't film it again because my face was wet. But we could film like the smash into it, but not anything before that. So
yeah, I had to slam my body into the ground quite a few times on that one. Bit of math.
We've slammed you into a few things.
Quite a few.
We filmed some other stuff too. I remember that time where we were filming, it was not a cat related thing at all. We were doing something for a film festival and we were filming in a freezer, a giant freezer. And I had to run through a glass sheet of ice. And I cut my elbow. It hurt for about 8 weeks after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times. You want to do another cat video instead?
Beauty's pain. Let's do it. Well, let's roll this and then I'm going to see if I can't find my guys.
All right. So actually, I picked
them off a little bit.
I have this one. This was one of the only ones we did without Chris. I'm not even sure Chris has seen this one. He's gone. Well, we're doing this without Chris too now, so it makes sense, I guess. So this is one of 2 videos we ever did without Chris, and this is one of my favorites. It's Valentine's Day with the Perminator.
What's this?
My research tells me it is customary to give the woman you live with a gift on February 14th.
Oh, for Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Open it.
Okay. It's the heart.
I read that the historical Saint Valentine was beheaded, but instead of 7 heads, it is more customary to give hearts.
Yeah. Normally they're not made of plastic, but...
Oh, I should have gotten you a real heart. There's a squirrel that lives in the tree outside that I...
No, this is perfect. I love it, and I am going to hang this on the refrigerator.
There's more.
Oh, no. The bean stick?
Affirmative. I also got you a teddy bear.
Oh, geez.
Not fit in the gift bag.
Nope, you probably didn't.
I drew you a card.
Oh, it's so pretty. Glitter. Roses are red, violets are blue. If anyone survives the Skynet apocalypse, I hope they will soon. Gosh, that's really nice of you. I made you this more traditional heart-shaped Valentine.
My extensive knowledge of human anatomy tells me that this more closely resembles a human bladder.
Maybe, yes.
I appreciate the naked assassin. I would like to make his acquaintance.
Why don't we just go watch on TV? Would you like that?
Affirmative.
That was very...
Where did you get that bear from?
Michael was working for an ad agency at the time, and they bought that bear for some other video, and they had it, and it was like 100 pounds. That bear was so heavy. You can hear the videos, right? Oops. It's not just me hearing them on this end, right?
I mean, I can hear him.
Okay. Yeah. And so the bear was not ours, but it was a good use of that. And I just really like the Perminator character because she's very like understated, and the jokes are very like verbal and dry, and I appreciate that. And we've done like four Perminator episodes. So now on our new project, the first episode is actually going to be with the Perminator, which is my cat Pinkle. And I don't know why, but she lets me put a leather jacket on her and sunglasses and drive her around in the dump truck, and she's into it. She was ready to do this podcast. She was in the other room, but then I had to move over here because my Wi-Fi wasn't so good. Chris, had you ever seen it?
What's that? I watched it. I watched a little bit of it earlier, trying to like get ready for this, but I did not watch it all the way through to the 100-pound teddy bear. So
you had never seen it before.
I missed it somehow. I think
you were in the middle of moving to LA when we did that one. That's why you weren't in it. We wanted to get some content up, and you were in the middle of a move. So that was like one of the last videos we did.
Yeah, I was a little busy back then.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it's all good. I found my guys. If y'all want to see them.
Oh yeah, let's see him.
Here, fellas.
That's a lamp. I don't see any cats. You said you found him. He found him, but he's like chasing him down somewhere. Cat wrestling over there.
So while he's grabbing his cat, Alana, you
go.
There they are.
Who are those guys?
So this is Declan, and this is Goon. And they were early stars in the series, and
now they're camera shy.
Yeah, they are very camera shy. They're like child actors that grow up to hate their parents, I guess.
Yeah, what you get.
Now, Alana, you had a rescue group that you wanted to mention. We had them up on the screen earlier. Treehouse Humane, is that right? Yeah.
Treehouse Humane Society. Yep. I volunteered there for almost 15 years, and starting in January of 2019, I got a full-time job there. So I'm working on all of their social media and videos and things as the manager of marketing, and I am very happy about it.
That's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about Treehouse Humane and the mission, and where people can find information or get involved or volunteer?
Yeah, for sure. So we're in Chicago. We always say that we were Chicago's oldest cage-free cat shelter. So it started in 1971. We had a little house on Carmen, and just a few years ago in 2017, we moved into a really nice, like big facility in Rogers Park. It's absolutely beautiful. It was built to be eco-friendly. We're adopting out about 1,000 cats a year right now, and our mission, our vision is to see every cat thrive. Our mission specifically is to empower communities of caregivers. And so we work a lot with outdoor cats. Like our very specific mission is that we rescue stray cats. So we work with about 1,000 community caretakers around the Chicago area, and manage about 4,000 cats. And then we take in the ones who want to go inside, and adopt those out. And then the other ones we place either back into a colony with TNR, or we can move them if they're not in a safe place with a Cats at Work program. So we try to be very holistic. And next year we are opening a low-cost veterinary wellness center in spring of 2021, which we're excited about. And so that's a big part of our planning right now.
That's amazing. I had always been a dog person. Grew up with a few cats in the house as well. And my boyfriend, he was like, you have to get a cat. You have to get a cat. And I was like, well, but I have 2 big dogs. And, so when I moved into this new house, there was a cat lady that lived literally in the alley. So my alley like splits into 2, and there's houses in between. So this older lady, and she had several cats, and she's the kind of cat lady that'll like throw the food out on the floor. There was this one cat named Grace who she swore, I cannot keep this cat inside the house. And I guess there was something about me and my boyfriend. The cat started coming around the house, and community cat. She loves to wander the neighborhood. She's an indoor outdoor cat. Well, that lady ended up having to move away, and now the cat is the head of my household. The cat runs the roost. The dogs are afraid of the cat. The cat comes in and sleeps with us at night, and then she's back out wandering the neighborhood during the day. And you were talking about kind of funny things cats do. Well, this cat will be like, she squawks. She tells me when she wants to go outside, and she has now figured out, like, when she stands up and literally hits the doorknob, and it sounds like someone's just randomly coming in the house. I'm like, who's at the door? And so she's like, that's when she wants to go outside.
That's what cats do. My cat right now is in a banana. There he is. I had one more video, but I don't know if we have time to do it. So it's up to you, Ethan. It was like 2 minutes long, or we can just kind of tell you where to find us and wrap things up. What do you think?
No, go ahead. We have a few more minutes. I'm going to actually mute myself because I've got to call my next guest and get him on the line. So I'm going to have him on the line, and then I'll be back on to thank you guys and really appreciate it. I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
And I didn't catch it. Did you get a chance to talk about the new project yet?
The new project, so it's on YouTube. It just started. We just put up the first video today. It is at Cat in the Fridge Films. I've had a blog for years called catinthefridge.com, so I thought I would just keep the same branding. Just the first teaser video is up today, but Chris and I are working together as much as we can in the current circumstances, but I hope people like it. I think it'll be fun, and I'm really looking forward to being able to do some videos again, and hopefully doing more for cat rescue and just cats at large. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.